Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Black Preon, and today I gotta talk about that lousy, money-grubbing, greedy, conniving, backstabbing, lying to a brother's face company. One more time. Those lying bastards, one more time. But they're not gonna take huge spotlight in this video. The spotlight is gonna mainly fall on the highly talked about, highly rumored, and pretty much highly speculated future release of a Metroid title on the Wii U, and on the back burner of the show we're going to have Evolution 2012, the biggest fighting game tournament of all time here in the United States in Las Vegas, and I will be watching the stream, although there is a couple of complaints I have about this year's lineup, but I'll get into that at the end of the show. So Capcom, how does it feel to have Street Fighter X Tekken not meet your sales expectations? Ah, must suck, right? Have a game that you thought would just shoot through the roof, combining two of the greatest fighting game franchises known to man, and the sales would just shoot up to the heavens. But they have been pretty mediocre and are nowhere near where you guys thought it would be. And do you know why that is? It's because gamers finally got a breath of that fresh air. That fresh air everybody's been preaching over the internet, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all throughout social media. Because remember, Capcom, yes, the internet is a good place for people to get on you. Get on your back, ride your bandwagon, and have people say, "Bravo, Capcom, you're really doing good." But the door swings both ways. You guys forgot that, and the door is now hitting you in the face. Not only are the intelligent people making YouTube videos and Facebook posts and Twitter posts about what you guys are doing, but people who are otherwise outside of the know are now in the know on your business practice, and they know what you're up to. The jig is up now. You have been caught red-handed 6 times. That's all I can really tell you guys. Because, I mean, first off, let me tell you the real reasons as to why Street Fighter X Tekken is failing. The first reason, and I know a lot of people are going to be, "No, don't bring him up," Mega Man. Because see, when I think Capcom, I think Mega Man. Like, as much as when I think Nintendo, I think Mario. When I think Halo, when I think Bungie Studios or Microsoft, I think Halo, Master Chief, Gears of War, Phoenix. That's just how it works. When you used to think of Sony back in the day, you got Crash Bandicoot, Rayman, etc. Now when you think of Sony, some people put Snake from Metal Gear Solid. So, as I said, Capcom, your big weight carrier is Mega Man. That is a huge cult following. People in that fan base love you because of Mega Man. And I say that simply because Mega Man has over 70 games in his library. And that's not even including the collector's editions or the collection sets. 70 games, whether it be Battle Network, X-Series, regular Mega Man, Walnut, whether it be the RPG games and Legends, you know, with the Walnut guy, you know, whether it be the Star Force series, ZX, etc. There's over 70 titles. Over 70. And it's the biggest world records holder of most made video game character guy there. It's so mind-boggling, I couldn't even make complete sentences, bro. Also, he has 3 cartoon incarnations. Most video game characters don't even get 1. So it's absolutely sickening to me that you guys would somehow think it's a good idea to say, maybe we should give the big crippled middle finger to the biggest fan base we have. Who does that? But the biggest reason that you guys say that Street Fighter X Tekken isn't selling over at Capcom, somehow you beat this lie into your heads and you believe it's true, is that the market is saturated. Bravo, bravo. Somehow you tricked yourselves into thinking that it's not selling because the market is saturated. Really? 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 Has nothing to do with the dislocked content, nothing with the lies you told about the Xbox version being, "Oh, Xbox Live can't handle 2 local profiles going on online on against 1 profile on somebody else's Xbox." Even though Mortal Kombat did it on its first outing. Thank you, NetherRealm Studios, for just slapping Mr. Capcom across the face. I appreciate and approve that, and that's why I'm supporting Mortal Kombat 9 to the day I die. The other thing is, oh, it's not about re-releasing the other 2 fighting games that are in our arsenal, so people were a little bit skeptical if they should wait and sit on their money or wait for the price to come down because they didn't know if you were going to do it again. They didn't. They didn't know if you were going to rip people off with DLC. It has nothing to do with the gamers actually getting smarter. No, it has something to do with market saturation. Really? If it has something to do with market saturation, let's just say that was true. Who the hell saturated the fighting game market in the first place? Huh? Oh, the people who made 6 games and made 3 of those 6 games completely obsolete because they were just an alpha and a beta to one of the 3 games that are going to be at EVO this year? Because, geez, that sounds like a lot of saturation coming from you. So you have nobody to blame but yourself. So, honestly, what you should have said instead of market saturation, what you should have said was, Street Fighter Tekken ain't selling because we messed up and we stepped in some dog dookie. Because when you say, it's just because of market saturation, now you've done stepped in that dookie and now you're rolling in it trying to find a way to get out of your own lies. Because when you lie to people, it sickens people. Lying, dislike content, dirty, underhanded tactics just to raise money. Don't get me wrong, I know businesses are out to make money and I understand that, but there becomes a point where you lose all respect and people just do not like what you're doing. We're at that point, ladies and gentlemen. Capcom has pretty much just ruined themselves. But enough about Capcom. I pretty much put my last nail in the coffin on that. The new Metroid title for the Wii U is rumored to finally have Retro Studios, the makers of Metroid Primes 1, 2, 3, and Trilogy, back in the saddle. And by God, it's about time. Because Team Ninja, I'm sorry, you guys dropped the ball. Skedaddle, move on, but Retro Studios, come on back. You had great works in the Prime series. You made the great transition from a great 2D series and make it into a phenomenal 3D series, because the whole premise and the whole staple and where the whole Metroid regime was built on was the foundation of being a 2D adventure platformer, which was great. But the fact that you made it 3D and it felt like Samus Aran didn't miss a beat. And the cutscenes you guys threw in the game were great, because when you saw a boss fight, even if the cutscene was only 5 seconds long, it had the hype, it had the intensity, it had the whole friction, it had the fire, and it had the whole Samus having a will to win and will not be stopped. It had all that going in the cutscene. You could just infer it all, and it was great. You didn't need a single word to be uttered by anyone to ruin the story. Metroid Prime 2, sure, it got a little wordy with Umos and the Luminov, but guess what? It wasn't anything that was taking away from anything. They told the stories in lore format that just made you go, wow, those bastards are really doing that? Oh, best believe I'm gonna put on the arm cannon and put some boots and some plasma to some asses. That's how storytelling is done. Not that Metroid Other M. Adam was so great to me. I put my thumbs down on the bottle ship. Because, I mean, seriously, Metroid Other M was garbage. Retro Studios, if you're listening to me, and I don't see why you would after I start talking about Capcom first, but please, 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 on bended knees, please, please, I bow. Please, seriously, make sure Other M is not canon, or make sure somehow that Other M no longer exists. And please make sure that it's on this level and take something of the Metroid Prime series to the next level. That's all I ask. Like I said, Donkey Kong Country Returns proves that you can do other things, because Donkey Kong Country Returns is phenomenal. Thank you, Retro Studios, for putting another good game on my Wii collector shelf. But, now that we're past that, a lot of Metroid fans are wondering, is this going to be before Fusion, after Fusion? Personally, I would like to see them go after Fusion, because I know Fusion made some huge changes about her cosmetic and cellular makeup being changed, but I'd like to see how Samus runs with that after Fusion. However, at the same time, I kind of wish that it would just bump Other M into some place of obscurity that doesn't matter, and, you know, make it seem like, I don't know, she got brain damage or like she was having like a mental stroke or something in Other M that makes her feel the way that she did. Or, you know, maybe she was like on her hormone pills or something and something went awry during that game. I don't know what you could possibly say, but just make sure that if this was Other M, this is what Other M is now. Absolute BS garbage that we can just ball up into a ball and go, this game on the Wii U is great. What the hell is that? Because that would be great. I would love that. 100%. Now, on to Evo. I'm sorry, Evo. I'm still going to watch the stream, no doubt, but you gutted me like a fish. Because there won't be any Skullgirls action, and there won't be any Blaze Blue action. Now, don't get me wrong, Blaze Blue has kind of fallen off due to it being out for so long, and a lot of people who are main core players not wanting to make the trip to Evo, because, you know, the big Blaze Blue following is overseas in Japan, so I get that. But, you know, you have Mortal Kombat in it, and Mortal Kombat doesn't have a huge tournament following as compared to the other fighting games out there. But Blaze Blue could still have been a very good contender for your stream. Another thing out there that I would like to say about Evo is simply this. Come on, Skullgirls, it has a cult following like Jet Set Radio. Like, sure, a lot of people may not know about it, but for those of you that do, would give unwavering, absolute support, and you will show that you guys love that game. 100%. You would. And there's no doubt in my mind that you wouldn't, because that's how it should be. And, you know, another thing about Evo is, those tickets are expensive, bro. I mean, and you gotta change something on, a few of your websites out there. Like, you might want to tell Shoryuken this, because I don't think they noticed. But it says, save $20 by registering for Evo by May 1st. It's like May 16th or 17th right now, and, yeah, we can't really save $20 16 days after the fact. You know, that's kind of impossible. Unless we have like a time machine, but like I said, nobody has one of those. But as for those of you who don't know what Evo really is, like I said, it's a big, huge fighting game tournament of the top fighters, normally just in the United States. But, you know, sometimes we get people from other countries to come over here, and normally they like rubbing it in our face if they do win. But, you know, we rub it back in their face. It's all good fun. It's all for the sport. And it's really entertaining. The streams are always hype, hardcore, pretty good stuff. Good commentary, depending on who's actually at the booth. So, I mean, the people who are commentating, they know their stuff. It's not like we just have two random guys talking about, hey, look at me, I'm John Madden. Hey, look at me, I'm Charles Barkley. No, it doesn't work like that. But it's pretty good stuff. If you guys really want to watch it, I highly suggest you do. If you're a fighting game fanatic, this is something you need to watch. It's better than any of the MLG, Halos, or Call of Duty tournaments you're going to watch. I promise you. It's a lot more hype than that. And other than that, besides middle finger to Capcom, what's up to Evo, and can't wait for your Metroid, I'll see you guys next time.